So in this video, I'll be doing an unboxing, setup and review of the CryoSeed metal seed storage system. There's quite a number of metal seed storage products like this on the market now. You know, they're a great tool to help improve the robustness of your seed backups, meaning that, you know, spilling some coffee on there won't mean you lose all your funds. So let's crack it open and see how it goes. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe, and that way you can stay in the loop for content I make to help you find your way in the crazy and often hostile environment that is cryptocurrency. All right, so it comes in a bag like this. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is everything that comes in the box. We've got the instructions, we've got the BIP39 word list that we'll need to use to sort of convert our seed to go into here. We've got some transcription cards, we've got some stickers, standard sort of stamping tool, and then we have the CryoSeed itself. Oh yes, and they also threw in a thank you letter, but we won't worry about that. Let's just have a closer look at this device. We can see that basically we've just got space for the seed words on the inside, and this is just a standard sort of hole punch style seed storage device with capacity for either a 12-word seed or up to 24 words. The process for transcribing a seed onto these is pretty standard for this sort of device. Essentially you have to copy these onto here and work out which of the holes you're supposed to stamp, and then you transcribe this onto here. So let's give it a go. Okay, so the first thing we do is transcribe the words from here onto here. Okay, so once we have done that, the next step is to use our BIP39 list and essentially work out the index for each of the words, because you'll notice that each of these words has a number. That's sort of where it sits on the BIP39 word list. So for example, fly. There we go. So fly is 720. So we would just put 0720 there. And while we're at it, we can also just encode these dots. So basically we don't need to worry about the leading zero, there's no thousands. So for 7, we'll do this little spot down here. 7 and 2, it'll be on this one up here. And then 0, it'll be this one down here. Okay, and now we just do this for all of them. Okay, all right, so now that that has been done, we're just going to stamp these two cards into these two metal ones, just using this metal stampy thing. And as you can see, we've got the numbers and the same pattern on both. So I'll just show you what the first one looks like. So basically we just put this down over the hole that we want to stamp. We just press down and you'll hear it click. And you can see there is an impression there, and if I hold it up to the light, you'll probably see it a bit better. Yeah, there you go. So you can see there is now a hole in that position there. So let's do the rest of the word like. There we go. So you can see those holes there now correspond to these spots here. So let's just do the rest of them. It's a pretty quick process once you've got this done. All right, so that has all been transcribed. Now, this is the part of the process where I would really recommend that you run a recovery check for your seed backup that you have just transcribed onto the metal plates. I run through how to do that for, you know, Trezors here, Ledgers here, and it's pretty much available for any hardware wallet and software wallet. So essentially, my recommendation would be at this point that you actually get another piece of paper, transcribe all of these dots back to numbers, and then transcribe those numbers back to words, and then run the full recovery check on that converted copy of this backup. Basically just giving you a full end-to-end test to make sure you haven't introduced any errors along the way. It might sound paranoid, but I've just done far too many recoveries for people who have mucked up their backups in some way. You know, you cannot afford to cut corners with your seed backup. So once you've verified that everything on here is correct, you actually need to securely destroy these. You can either burn them or something like that. Don't just put them together and put them in the bin. That's a really good way to leak your seed to the whole world. And then once you've done that, you can store these plates together, and if you want, you can add some sort of locking mechanism on there just to make it a bit harder to open, and you could also add some sort of tamper evident seal onto here if you like, something like nail polish or the like. Summary time. So the CryoSeed is very much like just about every other sort of metal stamping device out there. The advantage with the sort of hole layout that they have gone with on this device is that, you know, the holes are all quite far apart that you're stamping, so it is pretty hard to accidentally stamp the wrong one. That said, I never had an issue with that with other devices that have the numbers on the board that are of a comparable size. The actual numbers that each hole corresponds to isn't actually on the metal device itself, so you will really need to keep the paper instruction manual that goes with it if you want to make sure that you can decode this thing in the future. They do suggest on their website that they see this as sort of a security feature, like encoding the seed in this way, but again, I'll let you decide whether you think that's actually going to add any real security. I've added this onto the seed storage comparison section on my website, and if you click through and have a look at the full features, you'll see that it offers pretty much the same features as other similar products in the space, and does so at a reasonable price compared to some of the alternatives, which are much more expensive. It's not made of titanium like a CryptoTag, but there's nothing at all wrong with stainless steel in terms of resistance to fire, crush, corrosion, and that sort of thing. If you think that the CryoSeed would be helpful to boost the security of your backups and want to help me out in the process, I've got an affiliate link for that in the description. If you've got any other comments that you'd like to have, experiences using the device, or any other questions, you know, just leave a reply in the comments. I do my best to reply to all of them. So thanks again for the team at CryoSeed for sending out this device for me to have a look at. So best of luck and stay safe. Thanks for watching, I hope that was helpful. Hit like if you think that other people would find this video useful, and hit subscribe if you'd like to be kept in the loop about future content I make that helps people stay safe in the crypto space and to recover if they get into trouble. If you have any questions about this video or a topic that you'd like me to cover, just leave a reply.